Good morning, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith, and we've got rain. Well, the well-advertised rain is on the way for this morning and throughout most of today. Some of the rain is going to come down heavy at times as this cold front crosses the region by tonight and into early tomorrow morning. It's going to be a slow mover because there's going to be areas of low pressure, as we can see on the front here, as it's dipping south here through the Tennessee and Mississippi River Valley this morning. We had numerous reports in portions of Mississippi and Alabama yesterday of tornadic activity, as well as many other reports of moderate rain and even some hail across the northern reaches here south of the Great Lakes. The storm system is heading up towards Flint, Michigan and into Canadian Maritimes, but it's dragging this cold front through the region, and the rain is going to come down anywhere from about an inch to an inch and a half, and that's going to cause some flooding concerns around streams and rivers tomorrow morning. We're going to get into that in a moment. Also some urbanized street flooding and also some basement flooding is a possibility with some of this rainfall that's going to come down over the top of the ripened melting snowpack that's in place this morning. Current observations this morning, the skies are becoming increasingly cloudy on southwesterly winds, which are gusting now into the teens across the coastal fronts here. And as these low-level moisture continues to build in ahead of this increasing moisture to our west and southwest, rain is on the doorstep soon. It's already raining lightly out in southeastern Pennsylvania. If we take a look at the latest radar mosaic and put it on top of it, we can see the warm front well to our north, a few showers here across the Hudson River Valley getting into Connecticut, more rain breaking out across southwestern Pennsylvania and to our west and southwest, and all of this will be spreading rapidly to the north and east during today. Temperatures this morning are generally on the mild side, considering all. Temperatures are in the low to the mid 40s, upper 40s in the New York City metropolitan area, and climbing. Temperatures today are going to soar to around 55 in New York City, 64 in Philadelphia. That's a likelihood. And by the time we get into tomorrow, temperatures will begin to fall back, but still above normal for this time of the year, back into the low and mid 50s across the region. Watches, warnings, and advisories. We still do have the flood watch, which remains in effect from noon today through Thursday afternoon for central New Jersey here. This is for portions of northeastern Maryland, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, including northern Delaware, Newcastle, northeastern Maryland, Cecil. In New Jersey here, we've got Hunterdon, Gloucester, Camden, Mercer, Middlesex, northwestern Burlington, Salem, Somerset, you name it, Berks, Delaware, eastern Chester. Basically, the combination of snowmelt and periods of heavy rain, likely poor drainage flooding later this afternoon and evening. Minor to moderate river flooding is likely later tonight and Thursday across portions of Raritan and Passaic River basins in north central Jersey and the Schuylkill Basin in Pennsylvania. Road closures are possible late today into Thursday in poor drainage areas near flooded streams, especially in the proximity of the Interstate 78 corridor. So the extent of the flooding will depend on the total rainfall. Most, if not all, of the snow will be melted by tomorrow morning, and that snow melt runoff of 1 to 2 inches combined with 3/4 to an inch and a half of rainfall will be enough to cause a fairly extensive region of flooding across creeks, streams, and smaller rivers. The result of the runoff should be approaching the crest on Thursday. Through 1 to 2 of the larger and slower rivers that may respond in the flooding into Friday. Want to take a look at some of the rivers and the flood forecasted stages right now. We'll begin right here on Booton's Reservoir, the Rockaway River here, if we can pull this up. Rockaway River at Booton below the reservoir here approaching the action stage of 4.50 feet or 4.9 feet, and that would be on Thursday morning. So we'll be mindful of the water accumulation in that area there. Also here on the Rockaway River, or Passaic River rather, at Pine Brook, we're going to be entering the flood stage at 19 feet on Thursday morning, remaining so through Friday. So we're going to definitely have some flooding across the region here. The Passaic River at Chatham, also the Passaic River at Millington, approaching flood stage in the action stage. Now these ones in orange here, this is the South Raritan River at Stanton. Also, we've got the North Branch Raritan River at Raritan. We've got the Raritan River at Manville and the Raritan River at Bound Brook. Flood stages all reporting into the minor stages here. This could be a moderate flooding event here at the Millstone River at Blackwell Mills. We'll pull that up. And the latest hydrograph here shows that the moderate flooding will begin to crest across the region beginning Wednesday afternoon, or Wednesday evening actually, from all the runoff and the melting of the snow and the new rain coming in. And we should be in a moderate stage of flooding by Thursday morning, slowly subsiding down through Friday morning and Friday afternoon. This is the 24 or 48 hour forecasted rainfall totals across the region. We're definitely going to be over an inch in many locations by this time on Friday afternoon. In addition to the flood watch and eventually some warnings across the interior here on the waters, we have small craft advisories across the New Jersey and Delaware coast remaining into effect until 6 p.m. on Thursday. Winds becoming south this afternoon, increasing to 15 to 20 knots, gust up to 30 knots, shifting west tonight and diminishing. Seas building to 6 to 9 feet today, slowly subsiding late tonight, so the hazardous seas of 5 feet or greater will linger on the Atlantic coastal waters through Thursday. Strongest winds should occur this afternoon and evening when the isolated 35-knot gale force gusts are possible. Thunderstorms. There is a small chance of a thunderstorm over the Delaware and southeastern New Jersey coastal waters between 4 and midnight tonight. For the South Shore and east ends of Long Island here, we have small craft advisories until this afternoon, and then gale warnings from this afternoon right into Thursday morning. On the aviation weather front today, it's already getting busy. We've got VFR ceilings already deteriorating to MVFR in some places, and the progress to expand from southwest to northeast today is underway. Eventually, everything goes off to IFR in showery rains and fog. Small chance of a late-day thunderstorm Delmarva. Rain should become heavy this afternoon from west to east. Gusty southerly winds at 20 to 30 knots this afternoon. I-95 eastward with possible gusts to 40 knots in the Delmarva. Lighter southeast wind to south winds with gusts generally under 20 knots from Allentown into Reading. Low-level wind shear is still possible. For tonight, IFR conditions and rain and fog slowly improving from west to east, especially after 06Z late tonight. South to southwest winds diminish early and then shift to the northwest. Thursday, conditions improving back to VFR for much of the region except some lingering MVFR and light rain possible for the southeast sites, including Atlantic City and Millville. Friday through Sunday, mainly VFR conditions, but this could also change because some of the modeling is now showing a backing of some rain with the frontal passage on Thursday, and that means more rain could be possibly entering the coastal plain on Thursday night and Friday morning before exiting, so that might have to be updated as well in the terminals. Right now outside of Newark, it's 48, dew point 41, humidity 77%. The wind is southeast at 6. Scattered clouds at 3,500, overcast at 5,500. Rain is on the way. Philadelphia right now, you're in MVFR and deteriorating quickly. 44, dew point 40, humidity 85%. The wind is out of the northeast at 6. 2,900 and 4,200 respectively are your cloud heights there. And rain, moderate so, is coming in for later this morning and this afternoon. Going to focus on the short term right now in this broadcast because there's a high volatility of the forecast going forward, so we want to just pay attention to the nearest 24 to 48 hours, expanding out to 72 hours or 60 hours or so. Here's the NAM model composite reflectivity from this morning's 6-0 run. Here comes the rain across the region, snow in Canada, and the moderate pockets of rain along the cold front and ahead of the cold front. Front's going to be parallel to the flow, so it's going to be slow to exit the region. And we could have moderate pockets of rain in and out of the area through late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Now, the front begins to slow up a little bit as waves of low pressure move along the front. That slows its eastward progress, and according to the NAM, it clears out just a little bit on Thursday, and then another wave, a kink on the front, begins to move back towards the coastal waters again, spreading rain up the Jersey Turnpike here, the I-95 corridor, Delaware, the coastal plain into New York City again by Thursday night and Friday. It even shows some indication of a little wet snowflakes mixing in over the higher terrain here in Connecticut and southwestern Pennsylvania. This is yet to be seen, but this could be quite dynamic. If this occurs, we could be dealing with a little bit of coating of snow on the ground by Friday morning before the entire system and low pressure wave move off the coast. Now, this is the latest model run. Last night's 0Z run showed a similar situation where by Thursday afternoon the front begins to clear the coast a little bit but still gets hung up to the south, and then we have moderate pockets of rain redeveloping as a wave of low pressure. It's showing this on the 0Z run last night too, of a little wet snowflakes mixing in here by the time we get to early Friday morning, so before the whole system moves out to sea. So this is not a done deal yet And now, it doesn't mean we're going to have accumulating snow, but it does show the volatility in the forecast and the slowing up of the front, and that could exacerbate situations for travel plans early on Friday morning before everything moves out to sea, and then a dry, seasonable forecast coming up for the weekend. So it behooves you, if you live near small streams and rivers, and your areas are also prone to urban flooding or small stream flooding, even localized basement flooding, because of the amount of snowpack still near your homes and basements over the next 24 hours. You're going to have to be very mindful of water around the region and pay attention to the latest forecast and warnings, as they may be imminent in some regions versus others. And of course, we'll be back with the extended video forecast discussion for the rest of the winter coming up, and what we expect going on. There's a high volatility in the forecast going forward, so Puxatawny Phil and Staten Island Chuck, I'm not so sure I believe you. For everything live, it's GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Stay safe out there. We'll be back in video form on Thursday morning.